We've had some torrential rains over the last day and a half, and you can see this water is muddy and it is up high. It's really high, and right here as you step off the bank, that water is just about over my head. It's about, I don't know, probably 5 feet deep where that stick is right there, and another foot out it's over my head. Anything that I can do to stay dry is good, and anything that I can do to stay out of the water and stay out of waders when I'm trapping beaver, I like. So here's an interesting snare set that I make. What I've done is I've put a vertical support over there just for some fencing, and then I've got my snare suspended in the water right along the edge of the bank. I've got a diagonal stick, and there is lure on the top of that stick. You can see my fiberglass snare support is just stuck in the mud, and then I have the snare cabled off to this tree right here. So I've built the entire set just sitting on the bank. I haven't stepped in the water, haven't gotten wet, gone swimming or anything like that. The idea is the beaver will smell the lure, and when he comes up he'll swim between the fencing and get caught, and he'll be in the water waiting on me when I get here in the morning. At least that's the plan. But this is sort of a deep water set. Like I say, that water is about 5 feet deep, and that's how I can make it without ever setting foot in the water, just from the bank. Well, it looks like the water level dropped just a little bit. If you remember yesterday, that set was submerged in the water. Now the water is a good 8 inches below the bottom of the loop. That's what changing water levels can do to a trapper, and it's a very difficult situation to deal with. You never know how fast the water is going to drop or how fast the water is going to rise. So I'm going to pull this, and I would imagine the other sets that I made like this are probably high and dry as well. So it's going to be a bust day, it looks like. Well, fellas, it was a tough morning. I didn't catch anything this morning. The water levels dropped significantly overnight. Left a lot of my sets high and dry. I had a couple of snare loops pulled down with nothing in them. I'm just not having a very good year so far. I don't know if the drought this summer has affected things, but I'm not catching anywhere near what I normally catch. And hopefully the year will pick up as we get into winter, because I rely on this for my meat supply, and this is not just a hobby for me. This is a matter of food in the freezer, and right now there's not a whole lot in there, so it's going to have to pick up. So anyway, that's the way it goes sometimes, and you just have to keep trying. If you fellows watched my simple trapping sets, a snaring video, you saw me paint a snare white and use it in a demo set. This is that demo set, and if you don't think you can catch animals in a white snare, there's your proof. That is the same set, and you can see that's the same hair right there that I showed in the other video, and basically caught him coming up out of the creek. And that is another nice beaver. Beautiful animal, nice and dry, and you can see I attached to the fence post, and he just sort of wound his way around the fence post, and there he is. We've got a nice little medium-sized beaver here, and there's another one caught in a snare. And this section of the creek I was using Clint Locklear's Delta Red. That's an expensive lure, but it's a very effective lure. I don't use it all the time. It's one of those things that I keep in my back pocket, that when the catch just isn't up and things just aren't clicking, I'll pull that out and I'll use it. And as you can see, it's woken up my line. That's 2 beavers this morning on a stretch of creek that the last couple of days I haven't caught anything in. So I can't speak highly enough about it. It's an expensive lure, but It's different and it does work. So let me get this guy taken care of, and we'll move on down the line. Well, it's not a bad morning. I have two very nice sized beavers. Nice pelts, nothing wrong with them, nothing's chewed on them. A lot of good meat, and I picked up a nice size coon and one of my catches. Kind of an unintended catch, but I will skin that coon. I'm going to have him tanned, and any of the incidental catches like that I make, what I do is I send them off and have them tanned, and then I sell them to reenactors or mountain men people or things like that. So hopefully the season's turning around a little bit. I've had to work really hard for every catch this year. I've had to walk a lot farther, and I really think the drought had something to do with that. I don't know if it reduced the populations or if my traditional honey holes are just turning up dry. I've been to several spots that are normally full of water, and they either had very little water, some of them were absolutely dry, and that's in spite of some of the rain that we've had lately. So I think I'm simply going to have to work a little bit harder this year. I'm going to have to drive a little bit farther, and I'm really going to have to get back out on the rivers and hit the rivers hard. But thanks for watching, and hope everybody has a great day.